I promised a multi-sectoral forum, and that's what I have put out. I also promised that these are some of the topics I want us to discuss. I want us to discuss debt. I want us to discuss taxation. I want us to discuss unemployment. I want us to discuss corruption. I want us to discuss these issues. And it was a suggestion, and I am open.
Hello guys. Welcome back to Speakers Corner podcast right here on Culture Hub TV. Na kama kawa, kama dawa. We are here. Of course, it's always us.
Leo nimekuja na nikacho, acha nitumie.
Unajua nilikuwa nashangaa. We have been sitting here for quite some time, usija kuona ukitumia nini. Kamera zinaashwa all of a sudden, nini ya white inatoka mfuko.
Relax. A man must shine.
A man must shine. So jana usiku tumekuwa na president on a round table na Linus Kaikai. Kuna ule jamaa wa Spice FM, I really love that guy. Na some other huyo jamaa mwingine pia.
NTV.
Huyo NTV.
Yeah.
And this guy from my point of view or where I see it, they really roasted Mr. President. Ni kama walikuwa wamejipanga vizuri.
If you say that in a sound kama walikuwa wanamuona, they didn't really roast him. He roasted himself.
They did. They roasted him.
He cooked his own goose.
And before the interview, Ianze, did you happen to hear whatever they were talking na nini? Because Mr. President nilimuona, and I remember telling my director to make sure he watched that. Alikuwa ana make a very casual nini story na wao, paka anauliza bana nyiko nini koje viazi na nini. And I was just telling myself, maybe anajaribu tu kuambia guys, maswali nimekuja nazo, relax. Ngoja tuende kwanza, because enyewe interview na ilianza on a very high note.
Yeah, Linus alikuwa a bit combative na yeye.
Si ndio? Anyway, the guy fumbled issue ya deaths na nini, and it's very sad that the head of state is not able kujua ama he's not able to access the facts of what happened on the ground. Hiyo siku ya total shutdown.
Rigiji aliwaambia wao jamaa na idea nini na happen mko muamini. He even said Rigiji was wrong when it was clear that he was wrong yeye mwenyewe jana, seeing that he didn't have the information he was supposed to have. Me, regardless of what they said before, I'm wondering who on the rightful mind advised him to call for that in press conference. Because what I saw happening, the president gaslighting the entire nation for several hours straight. How long was it? Was it 1 hour?
1 hour 30 minutes.
For 1 hour 30 minutes straight.
And that's what he does always. He's always been gaslighting us na nini because again nakumbuka issue ya hizo dates of Suliona tu alikuwa na rely kwa mambo ya criminals. He never wanted to admit that kuna watu wenye tu wali lose life yao amidst them fighting for their rights. Alikuwa na based on no, they were criminals. Umeget?
You see, me, one of the most interesting parts is where His Excellency Mtukufu Lies decided that the best explanation of a 12-year-old who was shot 12 times is that there is a goon who stole a gun from a cop. Then started shooting people. So in his explanation, he said the 3 people were killed. I don't know what he said. The answers he was giving were so disconnected from the questions that you wonder whether he had someone else feeding him questions from inside. I don't know pastor him. Regardless, alisema ati people stole gun, one gun actually, not people. One gun was stolen, and this gun may have been used to shoot that child 8 times. What about the 19 others when alisema?
The 19 others alikuwa anasema issue ya police had a rough time because police were, of course we expect them to protect those who are picketing peacefully, but at the same times we have criminals who want to take advantage of them. So he was just trying to say that police might be walikuwa caught in between of protecting, because sometimes when chaos arise you tend to just do sometimes unajua ajali kazini. Okay, I'm not taking sides, but
I know you're not taking sides. Unaogopa tu nini?
No.
KBE na tasimama hapa nje sasa hivi. Wakufanya design walifanya Alfred Keter.
Yeah.
Uzuri ni for now you are still consequential, they won't come for you.
True.
Otherwise, speech ya jana niliona ikiwa na a lot of no benefits at all to the government and him because all that happened and the journalists walikuwa prepared. So all that happened he came, sat down, thought as usually he'll lie, but then you see it's easy to lie when you're directing the speech. But now when you're answering questions that you're being asked, sasa hapo hivyo shit hits the fan vibaya sana. Na kwa hiyo tabia ya kuulizonga kitu hapa anajifanya anajua sana, anaanza ku-quote specifics. Kitu fulani.
It is this and that and that.
Where was that penye nini Thursday there's a place yenye ilikuwa wazi. Where was it?
It was no on Tuesday ndo nadhani usiku.
No, Thursday.
Thursday ilikuwa Rongai. Hiyo siku hiyo inaitwa, what is the name of the supermarket? You clean what?
Whatever. So akiulizwa nini ili happen, anasema the Rongai situation is like akona an entire story about the Rongai situation, alafu after hapo hivyo anasema
because alikuwa anajifanya yenyewe anajua mambo ya Rongai situation, and then wanamuuliza kuhusu Mtoi and he doesn't have a clue, anauliza is he alive?
Na anapenda kutembea sana na data. Hizo mambo zake za nimetenga kando 8 billion, sijui in where there is no school, sijui in where I met who where. He was trying that jana and it kept on backfiring big time.
True.
Unaona? For instance, huyo mwenye alikuwa anataka kutembea mtoto alishutiwa mara 8 akakufa na rubber bullet. Because that happened. Sure. Najua wana gaslight dem yangu lakini prezo.
Another instance of where the president I really felt he was gaslighting us a big time ni ile instance alikuwa anatuambia we are the biggest losers of the bill kuwa with the drone. We are the people who are going to lose a big time because nakumbuka he was so specifically about issues za CDF, and at that point maybe pia in a way he was gaslighting the MPs. An account is pia the governors because alikuwa anawaambia now I will not be giving you guys 40 billion. Lazima tutapunguza pesa zenu. At the same time he was telling the public that now I'm not going to employ the teachers, the 40,000 teachers wa JSS. I'm also not going to do any development na nini because, na pia akakuwa anasema issue ya I am now going again kukopa another 1 trillion to find the best. So unaona hiyo tu in other way he's just playing a reverse psychology on us. Nataka tu tuone so kumbe tulifanya makosa bana kuangusha hivi because this and that would have been done na nini.
Hiyo hata ni blackmail. First aliulizwa story ya nini. Like there are several instances of blackmail na gaslighting zenye zili happen na ilikuwa consistent throughout the whole interview. The fact that the main theme yake ilikuwa criminal enterprises zilitumika kufanya sijui nini na nini. The fact that he also tries to make it look like the criminals wenye wanangojea vijana waende kwa street so that those cops and the soldiers on the ground wamekuja control those criminals without mentioning that he has also sent, the government has also sent Kenya Kwanza MPs
to go and
recruit goons kwa ground.
To counter easy protests.
I remember the only person who may have died because tukimuona alikuwa anafanya half past dead. In Bungoma protest alikuwa mtu ya kina Opora na speaker.
What were the other side?
Yes, and that wasn't even a GenZ. It was some guy amekauka sura vibaya sana. We didn't really see any GenZ.
And you also need to tell them that you are a victim of their goons.
See, they can just see love when niko aki.
Jeto kuangalie tu ndio. Hata unakohoa. Kifua lungs.
They did a number on my
some
my
massage
ribs.
Pale.
Left right wanashika wananinua kama taa chumu ni kidogo. So and those were not even those goons wenye wanasema.
Hapana,
walikuwa watu ya government. In fact they were government operatives. The president may want to change the country. He may have good intentions, but I think pia ame lose faith kutoka watu
kwa wananchi.
Ako tone deaf because Unlike Rigiji mwenye anakuanga usually tone deaf. Unajua Rigiji just says anything. Rigiji ni mtu ananyamba hata kwa wageni. Mimi namuona, you cannot trust that guy. He at least alikuwa sorry for the lives that were lost. Ruto na yeye. In fact alikuwa kama na regret, then he was not really answering directly. He was kind of praising the police for the good work they have done. And I remember, and I really appreciate Nani Linus, because walimchezea a clip from the campaign time akisema venye police brutality itaisha, venye ataangalia corruption sijui nini. And all of those things are coming to pass. We've also seen clips like na Kimani Ichung'wah and these people in government wote wakiongea kuhusu demonstration na resisting oppression from the last regime. But it's like the victimhood last time iliwafanya waka increase nini skills za kuwa oppressors. So mimi speech ya president jana sioni kama it changes anything apart from making people even more angered. Because people are feeling like he's not willing to take responsibility for what happened, number one. And you see, an apology only happens after you've admitted to what you've done. If you touch out to write an apology letter, you actually have to admit to something before you apologize. He admitted an apology. It was on Tuesday last week. And then Jana, he came, then pretended to be the hero. He's like, oh, the MPs were the heroes. In the end of the day, na niliona mahali wakisema only 3% wa GenZ wako na state jobs. 3%. That will explain why the government doesn't really understand why they
does vijana. Because they don't. But then again, while the millennials have not had something like this happening in Mapenia GenZ, 92 we had the use of those time kina Odinga wakiwa in the bado and the young ones walikuwa na revolution. So this is something that usually happens. Someone usually need cause multi-party. I think now they're just supposed to take it as a learning step. Na badala kukasirika na kuongea venye wanaongea ama prezo kuja ku rationalize chenye anafanya na ku blackmail watu, they need to think and ask themselves, what is it that you don't need that you're spending a lot of money on, and what is it that you can invest our money on? They had a good plan. When they said wanaenda kusubsidize nini production, walipunguza tu bei ya mbolea na ikaishia hapo. And that is not all. They're supposed to also have systems venye mahindi itaingia kwa serious board kama kitambo. Saizi brokers ni wengi ukando. Wengi wao ndio wanaingiza mahindi serious. Kama
ni mahali kwa chai, they need to find a way ya supply chain kuwa strong enough. Na vitu kama hizo, if they invest money on such things, we are likely to make sense. But then we are in a country where tuna mine mafuta in Turkana na inapandishwa gari yenye inatumia mafuta tena. Wanabeba wanapeleka crude oil Mombasa. Inawekwa kwa meli inaenda and then inarudi tunauziwa huku hivi sasa. That is what country tunaishi ndani. Subsidizing production would mean kuweka pipeline or something, tutoe mafuta huko ikuje hivi tutengeneza wenyewe tuuze. That's not happening. So I don't know. I think all we can do is wait and see how people respond tomorrow. Because I have a feeling people watakuwa wamekasirika even more by kesho.
I don't pray for that personally, and I don't want that. Because why? You see, I just think maybe at this point, because again I saw people saying, the likes of kina Alex Mwakideu, watu wengi tu on X wakisema we don't want a conversation with you, we want you to act. Because what are we conversing about?
I think another problem is the fact that people wenye wanaongea hata si GenZ. Mwakideu is not a GenZ.
But they're just niseme tu wana amplify the voices of, because again I really think that's it. Because what are we going to talk with the Ruto? The GenZ, what are they going to tell him? Because he knows kama ni hizo grievances za watu he has. Because hata niliona wakimuuliza and he mentioned a number of them. Mambo ya kutoa ofisi ya Prime CS, he said nimesikia wamesema nitoe hawa, kuna wamesema issue ya huyo Linturi, and he mentioned all the
hawezi watoa.
Yes.
Because akiwatoa mwenyewe anaanguka kesho.
Of course.
That is a fact.
Of course. But sasa hata me personally I don't think there should be a conversation with this guy, because wado ataanza tio mambo tutatenga, tutafanya nini na nini. And niliona pia he was daring enough kuambia hao jamaa ati is even willing kuwa invited kwa X-Space. And I was just telling myself, uko sure uko utaingia utoke salama. Because uko utaambiwa tu guy wewe hapa hivi wewe president na nini, just shut up, we are the one talking.
No, actually what will happen wakikuwa na kitu kama hiyo on X, they'll make sure that kuna watu wanatoka confederates ni people who are within the system pretending not to be.
Yeah.
So what they'll do, they'll use kina Cairo and others when it looks like they've sold out.
Yeah.
So that out of like 20 panelists, 10 of them will be confederates. Kwa sababu we already saw the point walikuwa wanajifront kama GenZ. We've seen them in photos wakiwa nao kwa nini kwa campaigns last year.
Yeah.
So it's possible. Playing the government is not really easy. That is why pia GenZs may need support from more experienced people. The only problem is that the older people wenye tuko nao Kenya, starting from millennials kusonga kwa nyuma, wako so much religiously blackmailed that they'll kiss us for free as long as they say it's in the name of God. So hata ukiweka X, mi pia sidhani kama a conversation is that much important. People just need to know, to see changes.
Yeah, you just act.
The same way create hiyo controversial bill, wakae chini wa create bills zingine of what happens when MP kula pesa ya watu, because we've seen a lot of cases and they're worth billions. There's a guy mwenye aliachiliwa baada ya kupeana juu 1/3 of pesa ilipotea. Who was this guy? Na ni last week, si kitambo sana, juzi tu. He came in claiming that watu watashikwa, sijui corruption won't be there, but then we are seeing a lot of wastage and we are seeing his people flaunting money a lot.
Yeah.
We've seen an MP mwenye salary yake should be around 1 million, akipeana 20 million in one city.
And that's very sad. And on the same day bado wakatoka hapo wakaenda akapatia na Prado mpya kwa father.
Yeah, na I think ilikuwa a few days wakashika nini pia wake kama anasijua kuna mapembe ama nini. We've not had anything happen to Sudi or his aid, because that aid cannot be selling tasks peke yake
bana.
Na hii 20 million ukiongeza na bei ya Prado that's around 25 million umepeana in 1 week. You have to be a billionaire
for you to afford that.
To afford that much money if you're doing those harambe several times in a week, and in one of them umepeana 20.
Hey, that's
zingine unapeana 100, unapeana milioni 1, zingine milioni 2, zingine 5, but 20
pesa.
How are we struggling this much and yet we are that generous?
Well,
these are questions that the president should ask himself. We need a life audit ya hawa watu. You really need to be making a lot of money. You need to be working for Microsoft. Ndio upeane kama 20 million out of nowhere. Na wewe mshahara wako ni 1 million. You can imagine mtu ampeana mshahara wake miezi 20 months worth of salary.
Hiyo ni mwaka mmoja miezi 8.
How much do you need to be earning? Hiyo pesa inatoka wapi?
Si pesa ya CDF.
Because if there is that money somewhere, other Kenyans waambiwe pia tutoe huko tulipe ushuru. I think mimi niko willing kulipa ushuru as long as pesa inatoka.
Yeah.
You know. The conversation is more than just ushuru. It's about acting. It's about finding ways of collect your ushuru wenyewe na kuitumia vizuri without having to be wasteful and force people to pay more for it. Ruto just took presidency in the wrong time, but he wanted it. He promised solutions. Hii mastori mingi ametupatia mahotuba tangu afike hadi saa hizi. I think it's time hotuba zipunguke tu. Kazi ifanywe. Na hii mambo ya vitu kama sijui CDF nini. CDF is not even important. Unajua people worship CDF because of bursary. But you see these bursaries, education is not even within scope ya MP. So why is the MP giving out bursaries? Mbona ministry spend to nini scholarships? Because now giving each MP,
it's an issue of devolution pia at the same time. You see, we cannot leave all the duties. Okay, ministries of education za county, right? Na yenyewe. But now maybe unajua pia ku access interior and consistencies to work on
MCS are in charge of nini,
so it's in ward level.
Yes.
But pia MCS wanakuanga na basari zao, si ndio?
So why do we need nini basari za MCS? Wanapea kina nani hao? Alafu pia MP na nilisikia MP akisema wako na 50 million ya CDF ya education pia basari. Anataka 120. So governor ako nayo, MP ako nayo, MC yako na hata umarefu kichunguza utapata yako nayo. Sasa kazi ya ministry ni nini? You know, and this is the same money wanakudanganya wanakupatia, because now each person now anampatia 10,000, 20,000, I think 20, 15 hivi.
3.
Yes. that money should be channeled to another fund na itumike vizuri, not that MP anakupatia ndio ufikirie pesa ni yake umpigie kura.
Sure.
So such things, these are wastages, and these are hard decisions that we are not sure whether these politicians are willing to take. Yeah, I think for me, as to express disappointment that the president still thinks we want to talk when all these people want the action.
Yeah.
People may not understand why GenZ ndio wamejaa kwa street, but GenZ ndio wamaliza shule recently, ndio wenye wako campus bado, and these are the people wenye
ndio wako attached,
hawana kazi, and they're the most literate group if you're being sincere.
Yeah, true.
GenZ are the most literate group. So they're not, you cannot dismiss them. And they are seeing a system that does not work. This system needs to work.
Yeah, sure.
Otherwise, why have a system in the end?
Yeah, I guess that's it. Because we have exhausted everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel too ashamed for the government and for the MPs who are still out there bluffing and trying to act seme aje. Wana act ni kama sijui ni wao kusema. But anyways, that's it. Until next time. Goodbye.
And we have spoken.